UNO is deemed by the Carnegie Foundation to be a doctoral research university intensive, holding the same level of distinction as two other schools in the UL system, Louisiana Tech and UL Lafayette. This year's budget is approximately $120 million, with 40% of that derived from state appropriations, and last year public support per FTE was slightly over $5,000, placing UNO number 2 in the UL system behind ULM by that particular measure. UNO was founded on the lakefront on the site of a former U.S. naval base, and today it occupies about 345 acres on which 63 buildings are located at primarily 3 locations: the lakefront campus, on which this building is situated, the East Campus, where you'll find the lakefront arena, Privateer Park, Privateer Hall, and the tennis complex, and the Jefferson Campus on Causeway Boulevard in Metairie. There's currently one capital outlay project underway, and it's the build-out of the 4th floor of the library. Let's talk about enrollment for a few minutes. At one time, and for several years, UNO was Louisiana's 2nd largest institution. And in fall of 2005, before Katrina, over 17,000 students enrolled at UNO. We're all painfully aware of Katrina's devastation on the region, and to UNO's credit, they were the only university in New Orleans to reopen during the fall 2005 semester, and over 6,600 students continued their studies at that time. Today, enrollment hovers at around 11,000, and preliminary fall 2011 figures put that enrollment at 10,907. Let's look at that number in a little more detail. 76% of this fall's enrollment consists of undergraduate students. That means 24 of them are pursuing graduate studies. That undergraduate to graduate breakdown for search committee members is equivalent to what you see at Louisiana Tech. If we look at ethnicity, 55% of the students are white, 15% are black, 7% Hispanic, and 6% Asian, making UNO one of the most diverse schools in Louisiana. 52% of the students are female, which is a good thing for the 48% male students. And 88% of the students come from Louisiana, with 12% coming from out of state, less than just half of whom are international students from about 90 countries. Students from all 64 parishes and 50 states study at UNO. With respect to the 88% of the students who are from Louisiana, if we take a look at this in a little more detail, we'll discover that 77% of UNO students come from 5 surrounding parishes, with Orleans and Jefferson parishes leading the way. Concerning significant performance indicators, this year's entering class has an average ACT of 22, significantly higher than the state ACT average of 20.2 and the national average of 21. There are currently 1,620 students at UNO who have earned tops. The most recently reported retention rate, or the rate of full-time freshmen retained from fall 09 to fall 10, is 63%. This compares to a UL system average of about 78%. I should note that the university has recently initiated several programs which are targeted to increase retention. The last reported graduation rate, based on a 2004 cohort, is 20%. However, preliminary data from the university suggests that their next reported graduation rate will be 38%. This compares with the UL system average of 39%. Of course, as we know, graduation rate is but one measure of academic productivity, which is based on a cohort of full-time, first-time freshmen who start in the fall and graduate within 6 years. We all know that many of our students balance work and family obligations. Many of them stop out for a time, take a break from their studies, and or transfer among several institutions, and therefore a 6-year graduation rate does not completely capture the work of our institutions. Thus, reporting the number of completers or individuals who graduate is another powerful performance indicator. And last year at UNO, 2,182 students graduated from this fine institution. And this number compares well with other larger institutions in the UL system. Let's now focus on academics. UNO has 5 academic colleges: the College of Business Administration, Education and Human Development, Engineering, Liberal Arts, and Sciences, of which the College of Business Administration is the largest, with close to 3,000 undergraduate and graduate students. Additionally, UNO's graduate school is an area of outstanding productivity. I mentioned earlier that about a quarter of UNO students study graduate programs, and related to this, UNO produces the second largest number of doctoral degrees in the state of Louisiana. If we look at productivity in terms of the number of degrees awarded and look at the top 5 degrees, you'll see the top 5 undergraduate and top 5 graduate degree programs displayed from last year. The top 5 graduate degrees are actually master's degrees programs. I mentioned earlier the size of the College of Administration, so it's really not surprising that the top undergraduate degree is a Bachelor of Business Administration and the top graduate degree is an MBA. It's also not surprising that given UNO's diverse academic enterprise that it has achieved several recent academic accolades, and these are just a sample of many. First, UNO has the largest naval architecture and marine engineering program in the United States. As well, UNO's pre-professional students have a 22% higher acceptance rate to medical school and an 18% higher acceptance rate to dental school compared to the national average. UNO also has a top 30 film program, as noted in the national film publication Film School Confidential. And UNO offers many unique academic programs you won't find elsewhere in the state of Louisiana, such as its urban and regional planning program and its arts administration degree, among others. And lastly, UNO has been recognized as a best college in popular publications such as the Princeton Review and U.S. News and World Report. Complementing a strong academic core is an active and accomplished research enterprise. UNO is home to over 20 research centers and institutes in diverse areas such as urban affairs, jazz, small business development, ship design and construction, real-time information systems, entertainment arts, energy conversion and conservation, international trade, and environmental sciences, among others. And in 09-10, over $45 million was generated in external research funding, due in part to long-established partnerships with NASA, the U.S. Geological Service, and the U.S. Navy. Thus, it comes as no surprise that many of its research programs are nationally recognized, including those in nanosciences, coastal restoration, and advanced manufacturing. And complementing a sound curricular and research program is an active and important co-curricular program. For example, at UNO, students can participate in over 100 student organizations that are administered through the Division of Student Affairs. Other important physical amenities complement student life, such as the University Center, situated in the heart of campus, which provides modern dining options, a bookstore, and student meeting facilities, and modern on-campus housing, Pontchartrain Halls North and South, a new development which has an occupancy of 740, Lafitte Village, married students' residence with 110 one-bedroom and two-bedroom units, which is scheduled for occupancy in the near future, and Privateer Place, a private on-campus apartment-style complex. As well, there's an outstanding recreation and fitness center on campus. It's 87,000 square feet in size, offers an indoor track, pool, weight room, basketball courts, and other amenities that are not just popular with students, but faculty and staff. And students can enjoy athletic events. The UNO Privateers currently participate in Division I play in the NCAA. And of course, there's a constant succession of arts and cultural programming for all to enjoy. Dr. Moffett, clearly the next president of UNO is going to inherit an institution that has much to offer, an institution with a strong academic and research base that has much potential to positively impact the New Orleans region and the state of Louisiana.